Taking the noble seat. The noble seat is a preparation for meditation, and it may be a meditation in and of itself. In a quiet room or a quiet spot, prepare yourself to sit for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Find a chair where your feet can rest comfortably on the floor, or use a zafu or some kind of cushion on the floor itself. For this meditation, it's best to sit if possible, but of course you could stand too. Take a few clearing breaths, exhaling with a sigh. First, it's effective to remember why you are coming to the seat at all. What are your reasons for sitting in meditation today? What brings you here? Is this a familiar practice? Is it new? What are you seeking as you sit in meditation? So remember that some urge, some desire brought you to this moment, to your seat, to this time alone with yourself. There is one inside you who desires this, who thirsts for this time alone, but not alone. So notice either your feet on the floor or your sitting bones on your zafu or meditation cushion. Allow yourself to feel the support of the floor or the chair or your seat. Taking the noble seat is both a posture and an attitude, and to take the noble seat is to formalize or give shape to something. In this case, it's our process of sitting. The noble seat, both a posture and an attitude, provide stability for our practice, something we can really lean into. Deciding to sit here, you have formalized your approach to meditation, and maybe even your approach to your own personhood. You are entering a space different from, say, the place where you cook dinner or have a conversation with someone you love. The noble seat is a kind of energetic boundary or threshold we set for ourselves. While most of our life may be ordinary and predictable, there is nothing ordinary and predictable about a meditation practice. We acknowledge as we sit that we are heading in to meet ourselves in a special place, and this is a special thing to do, maybe even life-saving. Take a breath and sigh again. And allow your hips to be soft and open. This is one of the benefits of an asana practice. The hip openers really prepare us to sit, to do this wonderful thing called meditation. So let the hips relax. Maybe you can even feel the little rivers of the sacroiliac joints, rivers of energy. And then the belly is also soft and relaxed. And in this way, the breath will be able to move as deeply as it wants and as freely as it wants. Press down into your sitting bones just a little bit, and you'll feel your spine respond. The waves of the spine, you'll feel yourself sitting up a little taller. As the rib cage lifts, imagine the whole rib cage can lift and not just the front of it. Pull the shoulder blades together just a little bit, and then pull them down on the back and feel the stretch across your collarbones, perhaps. Relax the upper arm bones in the shoulder sockets and place the palms down on the lap, one hand on each thigh. Feel the stillness of the left hand, the heaviness of the left hand, and the outline of the left hand on the thigh. You might experience the left hand as being aware of itself. And now move into the right hand. Feel the stillness of the hand on the lap, the energy inside, the weight of the hand, the heaviness, and the outline of the hand. Feel both hands together, quiet, heavy, and still on your legs. You can feel the body becoming aware of itself. Moving back up through the arms, across the chest, up into the neck, and now lift the back of the skull as though you could hang the back of the skull on a hook on the wall a little bit. Draw the jaw back in toward the back of the head. And imagine your skull floating above the neck. Creating space along the whole spine. Are you able to bring your awareness to the entire body sitting here in this room that you're in? Perceive the walls of the room, the floor and the ceiling. With your eyes closed or at half-mast, feel the windows in the room and the doorways. You can rely on an inner global positioning system for yourself, even with your eyes closed. You're able to sense where you are in the room and sense the space between your body and the walls of the room. So we acknowledge the room itself as a practice space, as a refuge. And now bring your awareness to the outline of your body, top to bottom, head to toe, front, back, side to side. And if you're able to perceive the body like this as a practice space, as a refuge for you, then you understand that you're not the body. Who is this being inside this body? If you can gaze at the body like this, it must not be you. And now come into the feel of the center of the chest. You will notice a center spot where you no doubt have been before in meditation or in your yoga practice. But notice that this area is quite large. So between the front of the spine and the back of the sternum, there's some depth. And there's depth top to bottom between the collarbones and the base of the sternum. Locate yourself deep inside the center of the chest, perhaps even at its base, about even with the bottom of the sternum. This is an anchoring point. This is a heart space. This is a practice space. This is a refuge for you. So we have the practice space of the room and the practice space of this body and the practice space of this heart, the energetic center, not the physical heart. And we acknowledge the breath coming in and going out. The life force itself pumping through us and keeping us alive. We open ourselves here, having taken the noble seat in this supported way, to the magic of time and space and somehow love in the field of awareness. What might happen for you here today? Each sentient being on earth has the potential to know itself as a noble being. What does that mean? It means to acknowledge one's own dignity, and the possibilities for stepping into our most noble traits. Inside each human being is the seed for equanimity to grow. Inside each one of us is the seed for the cultivation of loving kindness. There is the seed of compassion and the seed of sympathetic joy. These are called the noble attributes. They're also called the divine abodes. Each one of us has the potential for these qualities to grow inside us. And what is required? First, our desire for them. And second, a consistent practice over a long period of time where we bring our attention to each trait and open to our own goodness. Seated here at your heart center, having taken the noble seat, imagine that you are approaching your own version of the noble one inside you, the one who knows equanimity, who is able to experience loving kindness, both in the giving and the receiving, the one who is able to give and receive compassion and sympathetic joy. Do you feel up to this task? Don't worry about formulating an answer. Allow an answer to come to you. It's a simple question. Yes or no will do. Do you have a glimpse of the noble one inside you? What does it feel like to experience the noble one? Move your attention to the stillness inside the body. and just outside the body. What does the inner ear hear right now? What does the inner eye see right now? Reaching your consciousness, expanding it into the field of awareness all around you. What might you sense in this larger field right now? Meeting yourself as you are in this moment with curiosity and with support, and with a posture that says, I matter. I am a person capable of equanimity, loving kindness, compassion, and joy. How does that feel? Taking the noble seat, we are increasing our value to ourselves, and our value within the world to others, all beings everywhere. The practice itself elevates. Anchoring this moment of meeting your noble self right there at the bottom of the heart center, the base of the sternum and back a little farther. You will be able to return to this anchorage, this refuge of the one inside you who knows, who has been with you your whole life, who has never abandoned you for anyone else, and who will never disappoint. Take a couple of breaths. Come back to the feel of the hands in the lap and the seat on the chair or on the cushion and the feet on the floor. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Acknowledge the refuge of the heart, the refuge of the body, the refuge of this room, all of which have allowed you support for your practice. Bend forward and touch all 10 fingertips to the floor. You are here, this is now. And we are closing this session, about to cross the threshold back into your ordinary moments, your ordinary doings. Taking with us the precious gift of having met your noble self. If I had words to make a day for you, I'd sing you a morning golden and true. I would make this day last for all time and fill your night deep in moonshine. Om. Teshma Shri Guruve Namaha. Namaste.